I don't see anybody putting up money for this fucking chair service.
Have you seen the microwave?
Well, turn it around and sit on it like you're supposed to.
2, 1, boom! Welcome to another episode of Randy's Roadhouse. It's Uncle Randy, actually. I fucked that up already. This is going to be a good day. I got my Coors Light hat on, drinking Rolling Rock. Here we go.
You were the king of free beer merch, I swear to Jesus.
Hey, dude, Jared gives me the hookups, bro. Gives me the hookups.
How do you get free beer merch?
Because it works for the beer distributor.
For a beer distributor or distribution center.
I thought he worked for the prison.
Dude, he quit that job like 4 years ago.
I've obviously have been down here a long time.
Holy
out of touch with
camel toe puss.
All of reality.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oops.
Yeah, he quit that job a long time ago when they threw some chick off the second-story balcony and beat the shit out of her. He's like, yeah, I'm clocking out. I quit.
I mean, damn. Did she deserve it?
I wasn't there. I didn't know what she said.
Probably one of the inmates' moms and just got jacked up.
She could have said some shit, and they just were like, nah, that don't fly.
Can't go run in your mouth like that.
I mean, that type of thing sounds like she deserved it.
This is why you don't let women do men's jobs. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, here we go.
We'll be right back.
Canceled.
We'll be right back.
we'll be right back. Maybe like another 8 months and everybody forgets that comment.
All right. Paris, she reminded me of a story that Marianne was telling at the cabin about Shannon's brother getting pulled over by the cops and using Shannon's name as to get away from trouble or whatever. And Shannon then said that Corey used to do the same shit with you. Is that a true story?
Yeah, he did it to my bank.
So for those of you who don't know, Cody has a brother named Corey, and he's a little slower than the average bear.
I think he's a genius.
Can you tell me the first time you figured out that Corey was using your name and identity when he was getting in trouble?
So long story short, I get a call from the bank because I was in there pretty often, and I got to know the people on a one-to-one basis. We'd sit and actually talk to each other and got to know them on a first name kind of basis. And so one day I get a call and they were like, hey, there was a guy in here and he said that he was you, and it's obviously not you. But come to find out, he showed me his ID and his name's Corey. And I was like, does he kind of look like me? And they were like, yeah. Yes.
They didn't want to say
that I
more
look a
retarded.
slow. Yeah, they don't want to be like, you look a little slow, buddy. So I was like, okay, so is he in any kind of trouble? And they were like, he can be in trouble if you want him to be in trouble. You tell us how far you want to take this. And at first I was like, could you mess with him just a little bit? He is my brother. He is kind of slower. I get why he's there. He thinks that he has money, just stashed in places across the country, apparently.
You told the bank that they needed to mess with him?
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, could you tell them that you guys are call the cops or something? Just mess with them. They wouldn't do it. So, because obviously banks are federally regulated, blah, blah, all that other shit. So anyway, that was probably one of the first times that I've heard about Corey using my name.
Dang.
My personal favorite story from Corey is the car stealing story.
The who?
Wait, what?
The car stealing story.
Oh yeah, that was the good one.
What car stealing story? I've never heard this.
You gotta tell that one.
Oh my god,
you've heard this one.
How have I not? No.
So we lived on Wise Avenue, Goose and I, and Corey shows up one day, and just having to stop by just for some random ass reason, which Corey never does, and he's swinging these keys in his hand. And I didn't take any notice to it, but Goose was like, "Did you ask him why he has keys in his hand?" He's like, "No." He's pretty much a certified janitor. He has like fucking 100 keys. I don't know. Like he probably doesn't even know why he has keys. Like, well, I think you should ask him. I'm like, all right. Come to find out, he drove his girlfriend's car to my house. And I'm like, Corey, how the hell did you get here? And he's like, I drove my girlfriend's car. Like, you can't drive. You have a driver's license. You can't read.
You can't drive.
You can't legally drive a car, nor do I think you physically could probably drive a car. So how the hell did you get here? He's like, dude, like I told her I was gonna take a car. I just like, took a car. I was all right. I gotta take you back to wherever the hell you just came from. It's like Goose is gonna follow me in our car, and I'm gonna drive you back to wherever you came from, and blah blah. So we walk outside, look at this busted ass piece of shit car. It has I forget what it was, like the front fender's missing. The driver's side mirror is gone. The driver's side door wouldn't even open up. I had to crawl in from the passenger side. I get in it and it's like, it's all jacked up. It has no power steering. And I'm like, dude, how did you drive this bag of ass across town to come
I'm sure
here?
this wasn't one of my dad's cars.
Oh, dude, it probably was. He probably stole it. So as we're driving back through town, I see a knocked over bench. I see a stop sign that's like completely like laid over and gone, like all within the pathway of the way that I think Corey would have come. And I'm like,
way.
Dude, did you like do any of this? Like this shit wasn't here. Like I just got home from work, man. Like none of this was there. He's like, nah, I didn't do it. Nah, wasn't me. Like, are you sure it wasn't you? He's like, nah, wasn't me. Nah, I'm telling you, dude, wasn't me. I'm like, all right.
Sure it wasn't you? 7.
We just keep going through town and I just keep seeing shit, black marks up on sidewalks. Like, dude, you name it, man. I was like, dude, I'm like telling you right now, sell this fucking car. Sell the car, get out while you still can. Like melt the keys down so you can't get in anymore. Like whatever you're going to do not get behind the wheel of a car again. That was it. Yeah. Yeah, that was a Corey story.
I never heard that.
Oh, dude. That was nuts.
I'm sure you have. You were just drinking.
Well, what was crazy is that I showed up like on his block where like him and his girlfriend and like Ma'am and like all these people lived. And like I show up on his block and they acted like it was just any normal day. I'm like, does he do this all the time? And they're like, yeah. Like we tell him all the time. Like, you can't just take your. I'm like, who lets a mentally challenged person who cannot operate a vehicle just hop in a vehicle and drive across town or wherever the hell he's going? Like, oh, well, he comes back every time. Like, like
he can barely operate his own 2 feet.
I'm like, dude, I don't like his shoes. Like, have whole. I mean, he's got toes poking out of his shoes. You know what I mean? Like, it's Corey. You know what I mean? Like, it's just Corey.
They get a stop sign every week. Everybody gets new mailboxes.
But he was definitely keeping the damn borough in business. That's for sure. Because they were like,
I get it.
Fixing shit all the time.
Hell yeah. That's funny as shit. I never knew that.
Oh yeah. You gotta ask him about it sometime.
Dude, I haven't seen Corey since the cabin, and it was like maybe 6 years ago now.
It's been a long time since I've seen his goofy ass.
Yeah,
about the same. I haven't seen him in a long time either.
Dude, that's a funny story. I did not know that.
Oh, we got more. We'll have to have a whole episode on just Corey stories.
We have to find his dumb ass and get him on here.
Oh, dude. He wouldn't know what to do. He'd be looking at the screen like, hey, that's me on there. Hey, how you doing?
It'd be like fucking Talladega Nights where he's just like,
I don't know what to do with my hands.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
You get him a 6-pack of Bud Ice, he'd be golden.
Oh, see, that's the thing. It's like Corey almost seems normal when he's drunk.
Oh yeah,
which is like super weird, right? Because he's, you would think he'd be.
Well, it's like it's opposite. You know how like people that need like fucking Adderall, like legit to function, and it like doesn't affect them, and like people that don't need it like tweaks them out. That's Corey with Bud Ice.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. It is. It's like his Adderall.
Yeah, normal people on Bud Ice get fucking wrecked. It makes him normal.
Yeah.
Hold on, this dog's
I-
choking to death. I gotta let her outside so she can
I
don't
think
die in the house.
we might have found a cure for people with issues like Corey.
Yeah, Bud Ice.
Bud Ice. Huh.
Bud Ice and a little bit of Poontang.
And Copenhagen.
I cannot believe he doesn't have kids yet.
Oh,
probably
I'm
does
sure
have
he
kids.
does.
Doesn't
I am
stick
sure
around.
he does.
Dude, I don't know, man. I don't
12
know.
of them.
Honestly, if Corey had a kid, it'd be the next fucking Forrest Gump. I'm telling you. It would literally, he'd be probably a fucking genius. Seriously.
Yeah, he'd be a fast son of a bitch.
He would be fat, like a fucking gazelle.
He run like the wind blows.
Dude.
Yeah, right over stop signs.
Corey had strength like a damn mule. No give a shit of when he got tired. He's fast as hell, and he's just slinging hammer.
Oh yeah, he's strong, but he's strong as 3 good men.
I don't understand how the hell Corey got. I don't know. Corey got the strength and the wiener.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That's
that's true.
Yeah, and they call him retarded.
I know, right?
He got
Like,
screwed.
Yeah, I got dicked on like that end. Yeah, and he doesn't.
Well,
pay
you
for
didn't
shit.
get dick. Boom.
That's true.
It's true.
Oh, dude, brutal. Yeah, I pity all of his ex-girlfriends. Because I walked in on a few of them, and I'm like, dude, Corey, you gotta calm down, man. Like, and he'd walk around without like any shirt on all the time, and he'd have like 8 cans of chew like in his pocket. So it's like weighing him down. Like it would like weigh down like one side of his shorts. Like, you know how like you wear loose shorts, like around the house, and you put your yourself in your pocket, and like one side of your shorts is like sagging now. Yeah, he would have that happen, but it would be with cans of chew. And I'm like, and he would have no shirt on ever, and he would have these long ass socks that would go like halfway up his like calves, like our dad used to wear back, like when we were kids. And then like I walk in on one time, like railing this chick, and he's like bright, like John Candy Summer Rental, bright red, and his white ghost ass. And that's all you saw. And he's just laying into this poor thing. And I'm like, I don't understand. Like, does she have like a fetish? Like, is this all about like, it's just like a kink for her? Like, is she just like, I want to have sex with like a mentally challenged person?
No, fucking most of them are using them for his fucking disability checks.
Dude, might be, but listen, if I was in her
You getting that check, you getting that dick. He knew what was up.
If I had to choose between getting that check and possibly walking funny for the rest of my life, I probably like, listen, you keep your damn check. I'm out. Like, I don't need crutches to fucking claiming insurance every other month. Dude.
Oh shit.
Good times.
That
First Avenue though.
I don't know. I think I'd be copping that check. Fuck my legs.
Oh no.
Oh shit. That's
funny.
Dude, be pissed.
I was talking to this guy earlier, speaking of Corey and back north, and he's from back north. He's from like I think he said Northern Virginia, but he knows exactly like York, knows all about it, owns a gym and like fitness company down here and whatnot. And he was like, dude, he's like, what's so funny? He's like, every time around this year, he's like, I stopped shaving. And I'm like, dude, I say the same shit. This is the most hair I've had on my face in months. I was like, but for some reason, like,
shit, you're right.
Like September hits and it's like, I just stop. Like I start to like grow out the, like keep warm for like hunting season.
You live in Southern Florida, man.
Dude, it's like habit. I swear it's like
how
habit.
is your head not dripping sweat to your nipples?
It does. I mean, it's actually doing it right now.
It's kind of hot. Can we get a close up of that?
That'll be $20.
Do you do Venmo or PayPal?
You know how I like to get paid.
I'll send you the Jenny Light.
I hope that shit gets lost in the fucking mail.
It actually did. I have to send another case.
And some poor sap ends up getting it, like Corey, You should send it to Corey. You know what? Do me a favor. You really want to pay me? Send it to Corey and say it's a gift from me.
What's the address for a tent?
I don't know.
You don't know which box he's in.
It's Red Lion, Pennsylvania, behind Jerry's. That's the last thing.
Behind Jerry's.
There's a mailman who knows exactly what I'm talking about. Like, listen, I've gotten envelopes to say that.
Put the attention to the cross guard.
Not going to pounds on the light post and wait until you hear him moan and then walk in.
Well, speaking of hunting season, you ready, Nelson? I know Cody ain't because he don't hunt no more.
Oh yeah, man. I've Saturday morning. I think I'm gonna go out.
Well, I'm gonna need about a cool 750 thou.
What?
We just found out they're selling the farms that we hunt on, and I'm real pissed about it.
What a bummer, dude.
Yeah, the fucking guy died, and then his cunt of a sister decided to auction them all off, who told us we were allowed to fucking hunt there.
That sucks.
So I got till November 2nd to kill something, and there's a lot of big boys running around.
Ugh, that sucks. I lost 2 properties just like that. 2 hunting properties.
Yep.
That blows big old dong.
Is that the same property that I was on with you on that one time? We went down and cut all that wood?
No. Where the fuck was that? Oh, that was Nelson.
Behind like
Nelson knew.
Eh?
That was behind like chain. I was down like, what was it called? The road that cuts down beside Max Ice Cream.
I thought you were talking about that property off 30.
How long ago was this?
Yes.
7.
I don't know what I did last week.
You know, my safe word, I've switched to kumquat. I think it's just better.
No, it wasn't. This property I've only been hunting for the last like 2 years. So, yeah.
That blows.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
I did get my gun though, finally, and my gun case showed up today.
Oh. Did you have to go up to Bass Pro?
Dude, listen, fuck that place and everybody that works there. Right? Bless. No, I take that back. Bless their hearts. They're hardworking Americans, and I shouldn't have said that. Hail Mary, whatever the fuck.
Canceled.
I get up. Okay, so I drive up there Saturday morning. I have a fucking small window opportunity, right? Because I have a golf tournament at Honey Run at noon. So, and Bass Pro doesn't open until 9. So I leave my house, drive all the way the fuck up to Harrisburg, and I'm there. It's like 8:55. So I'm sitting in the car watching these people unlock the door. I run up the steps, past all the fish, past all the fucking, the elevator and all that bullshit, and put my name in the fucking queue. There's 2 guys working the counter, and some fucking hell, there's a dude in front of me. I was the first guy in the damn building. And I do this. I swear to God, he fucking slept in the tents overnight and popped out and fucking got in front of me somehow. So it's like, I think that he finally got his gun and got out of there at like 9:45. And I'm like, okay, well, now it's my turn. So they called me up there and the fucking printer breaks. And then the internet fucking fails. And then they froze the computer because the guy forgot what the fucking password was and he locked himself out. So then you have to go get a manager. Well, the manager's no fucking where to be found. Now it's 10:30 and I'm like, okay, I have an hour and 5 minutes to drive all the way back to the house, grab my golf bag, and drive all the way back up to fucking Honey Run.
Hold on. Here's your first mistake, you dumb fuck.
I already know what you're going to say.
Yeah. Do I need to say it?
Yeah.
I've never golfed.
Why the fuck didn't you take your shit with you?
Because.
Yeah. That's what you get.
I almost died. Because the dog is at home and Sherry and Paris are in New York City. So I have to come back home and let the dog out.
You live beside her parents.
Nobody was home. It's homecoming weekend, so they're all out taking pictures and doing whatever the fuck that people do with homecoming.
At 10 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah. They're getting hair done, nails done, fucking booty wax, whatever the fuck that kids do.
For homecoming.
I don't remember that process.
I was gonna say that a lot's changed, man.
You guys didn't get your ass waxed for homecoming? Anyway, I digress. That's a not important detail. So it's like 10. When did I leave there? 10:50. I left.
You were late, sir.
I left there at 10:50. I got back to my house at
11:50
noon on the dot. And then Jeremy picked me up. And then we raced up. We made it from my house to Honey Run in 48 minutes.
Yeah, doable.
Yeah.
I mean, you were hauling balls up 74.
Oh, yeah. I had to wobble at 95. I think one of the wheel weights fell off. But, dude, I had some of the best time I've ever had golfing. It was so much fun. So, first of all...
Well, you missed the first 9 holes. You were an hour late.
No, the tee time was at 1:30. Sign-in is at noon, and then you get to buy mulligans and 50-50 raffle, and
Yeah, you missed all.
you go over the rules and yada, 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 and everybody's got a signed cart. It was a whole thing. But, yeah, we were a little late. So, Tony never told me that this was a church outing. A church-sponsored event for alcoholics, like recovering alcoholics.
What?
Into prison and shit, right?
Tell me you showed up with beer.
The first, I walked out of the Durango with a Jenny Light. And I walk into the pastor and his wife and his kids. And I'm like, what are you guys doing here? And they're like, oh, we're sponsoring the event. And I was like, oh, damn. And then they go over the rules. All the carts are lined up. And the guy's talking out there. Of course, our cart's like right in the middle of the whole pack. And Jeremy and I go into the clubhouse. You know, he gets a hot dog or whatever. And we get a big 6-pack of beers and ice and in the bags. And we walk back out and to like pass through the crowd of people with all these beers. And I'd slam it back down in the cart. And then I grab me a Bud Light Lime and crack it open. And then the dude just stops talking. And everyone at the tournament just turns around and looks at me. And I'm the only idiot there with a beer in my hand. I was like, what? And then we started the tournament. It was fun.
I wish I would have been there for that.
Did they make a comment saying you couldn't drink?
I don't think no, they didn't say that, but nobody else was.
Fuck them, quitters.
Yeah, that's what I said.
It wasn't like you stop.
Did you just piss on an outlet or something? What is
Did
going
you
on?
catch everything on fire?
Jesus.
It fucking felt like everything went on fire.
What the hell? What do you got to mess up to make that noise?
Dude, sorry. I'll explain later.
Did you just drop kick a lava lamp?
That was bad.
Yeah, so we played Scramble, which I've never played before. It's kind of like best ball.
It
You
is
never
best
played Scramble?
Yeah, I've never played it.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
best
yeah.
ball.
Love playing scrambles.
Yeah, so that was fun. Because I only had to show up like in clutch moments. So I just drank the whole day.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I got longest drive.
Don't even start talking shit over there.
And we came in 4th place. We were 7 under.
You got 4th place with a 7 under. There must not have been very many golfers there.
First place was minus 20.
Yeah. The Kinsley Cup we did last year, our team was minus 16th and we finished 4th. Minus 16 and we finished 4th.
They birdied every hole and eagled the last 2.
Oh yeah, I think the guys that won are bullshitters.
Oh, dude, it's the scramble guys that show up with like the same shirts Like they all went online and like bought the same shirt. And then you have that one guy who's like the triple XL. So it's fucking like flamingo is like super huge on his shoulder while everybody else has like
Yeah,
the
it looks like a
large shirt.
pterodactyl.
Yeah, shit's amazing. I love it. I love scrambles.
Had I have known going into this event that's what they were going to do, I would have got matching shirts.
We played a scramble 2 summers ago,
and they would just say matching shirts.
I was told that I was showing up to take the place of someone else. And I showed up and I played with 3 guys I've never met before at all. Didn't know what it was. I was just told I'm showing up to play this scramble. And show up here. It's being sponsored by the parents' kids like soccer team. So it was like a kids, event. The kids were there selling raffle tickets.
And sponsored by a bunch of children that died from golf accidents, actually.
The whole thing, right? And there's a couple kids that were like dents in their heads. Oh, it was great. Beautiful time. And we get out there, and no sooner we get to like the second hole, we're far like enough away from the like clubhouse at that point, all hell just starts breaking loose. Every time that cart girl came around, almost every person on the 4-man team, we spent maybe $60 a person every time she came around. We'd clear out her golf cart, all the jello shots, like all the like.
Bring your own liquor, man.
Dude, we did. The other guys had
one of these jobbies.
The other guys had theirs. They were still, dude. I've never played. I'm telling you, I played in a couple scrambles. That was one of the most shit-wrecked games ever. The one guy had like some serious like back issues. Like he played pretty good golf, but he got drunk to the point where we talked him into like Happy Gilmoring his last like hole.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. Well, fuck fell over and everything. Fucked his shit all up. It wasn't good.
Back.
It wasn't good. And he couldn't help but laugh about it. He's like, I can't even get up off the goddamn tee box. You can't stop laughing. He's laughing so hard. I'm like, dude, I love scrambles. I think scrambles are like that's the way golf should be played.
Me too. Like I said, that was the first time I ever played one. I can't wait to do another scramble. That was so much fun.
Scrambles were awesome.
Like, tournaments are all right. They're just big. I'll do a scramble with like 2 groups, not tournaments.
I loved it. I loved that. That was probably the most fun I've ever had on a golf course.
Scrambles.
Yeah.
You ain't doing it right.
Why don't you two?
And the golf lady that came, or the beer cart lady with her husband were coming around, and we were the only ones drinking, so they just followed us the whole day, and all the drinks were free. So like every hole, we just grabbed like 3 or 4 beers each.
Oh my God, dude! There's this video. Speaking of beer a hole, there's this video online where like there's like a scramble, and the one team had to like do that. They had a beer every hole. Dude, by like hole 10, the one guy could barely walk, and it just got worse after that. It just went way the fuck downhill. Like they were trying to tee off, and their clubs were flying out of their hand. They were losing them and shit. One guy's up in a tree. Like, dude.
Oh man.
That's the word.
We were on the back 9, and we were trying to catch 3rd place. We were 1 stroke behind them.
How did you know what the other teams had? You never know that going in at those tournaments. So many people.
I didn't know what place we were, but I knew the team in front of us because my buddy Luke was playing on that team, and he was Luke golfs like twice a week. And he shoots consistently in the low 80s. So he's very serious about his shit. And we were 1 stroke behind them because his dad was fucking up and he was pissed. But anyway, we needed to get a birdie on this one hole, right? It was a long par 4. But it's dry. No. It was a long par 3 is what it was. It's doable, but like to get on there. Anyway, I get out my 4-iron, which I never hit. And if I hit it perfectly, that's the distance it would have landed on the green. I smacked that ball, and my fucking head of my 4-iron went farther than my golf ball because it went flying off the end of my shaft.
I've seen Cody.
Before.
I've seen Cody do that with his brand new driver once. Brand new used driver.
Dude, I never hit my 4-iron. I think I might have hit it once or twice since I bought those irons, and it just decided to yeet itself off the end of that shaft.
Dude, golf can be the most fun yet stressful sport. I mean, yeah.
I never get stressed out when I golf, dude. It's like so much.
Me neither.
Fuck that. Oh, yeah,
right.
Hole 3 is throwing clubs.
I'm surprised you don't have a fucking spare set of clubs you bring with you just to fucking break and throw in the rivers.
I'm surprised you're not one.
What you're talking about?
You're competitive.
Yeah.
You stop having fun if you're not doing good, or you're losing money.
Speaking of fun,
and owing people money, Matt.
And
you owe me $800.
Speaking of owing people money and fun and golf, I'm supposed to be in a conference in May in Gettysburg. So
pending than Clay Aiken-Zanis.
Pending on what the girls do, if they decide to come or not, Matt, I'm going to need a place to stay. 1.
That's not enough.
2. I'm really glad you brought the half gallon. You have it on your table now. You don't have to yell across the town.
Is that a full-fledged soda? You fat piece of shit.
I'm skinnier than you, bitch. I've seen your titties.
Yeah, but mine are nice. Yours are pale.
Yeah.
A whole soda then.
Anyway, that's what I was saying. Hey, we need to plan a golf outing when I come up there in May.
I think we already established this, that I think I'm away when you're here, but you can stay at the house.
Oh, yeah. Didn't you say you're coming up for Memorial Day weekend? Because that's Booze Cruise.
Oh, yeah, it's Booze Cruise.
It's either that or it's the weekend before. I forget. I have to check.
I mean, you could stay at Matt's house. I don't care, but nobody's going to be there.
Yeah, I ain't going to be here.
Oh, dude, walk around naked. Fuck yeah.
Dude, I'd take shits all over the place, blame it on fucking the cat. I'd drag my ass across that brand new floor.
It won't be brand new by then.
It's gonna be covered. I distinctly remember one time when I went out of town and Matt decided to have a fucking banger at my house and then send me pictures of it. Like, hey,
was there.
There's like 60
Hey,
people.
no, allegedly. I might have checked on the property.
There's pictures.
Found you guys doing ungodly things.
There's pictures. You were there.
Prove it.
I'm sure I can find them.
No, you can't. MySpace doesn't exist no more. I tried to get in.
Fucking Tom's friends.
But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to figure it out because, like I said, we're definitely not coming back for Christmas. So either way, it's too fucking cold up there to golf anyway. But
yeah, you got to bring pool sticks.
No, you just got to take a drill. I've done it before. Put your tee in. I played in February. No, January.
February.
What golf course is open in January?
We played.
None of them. He just goes.
We played Briarwood. The one me and you, and Hafe played.
That was fun, dude. I came back and I told guys down here that when I golf, I was like, dude, we golfed on some holes where literally the green was above the tee box. Like you were hitting out into like a huge field, and then it would go down, and then like the fucking green was like above where you just teed off, and people were, and like I told that to some like people down here, and it blew their mind. They were like, we don't even know how to play.
Yeah, that 143 at Tanglewood is like 90 foot up.
It's a completely different way of golfing. I've played at the Maryland Country Club, one of the Maryland country clubs, and there's literally a hole where you can't see the green until you're on the fucking green. Like you got to hit it, you got to tee it off. It dog legs right.
That's every course in PA.
Huge hill down, and then you're hitting it up. And if you don't get it on the green, like if you don't drop it on the green and you get it like on the fringe, it's literally rolling back down that fucking hill. And it's like that 90-foot drop like you're talking about. Like you can't see the green at all during that entire hole.
If you're on a PA course and you're standing on the tee box and you can see a green, it's not the same hole.
Yeah. You clearly haven't played in the Poconos.
I have not played in Poconos.
It's
Yeah, that's just wild.
That's how Pilgrim's Oak is, dude. That course is tough. You have to bring 18 balls because you're losing 18 balls.
Dude, speaking of balls the other day, I showed up and bought the most expensive golf balls in the clubhouse because I was running late. I didn't have balls in the bag. So I picked up a sleeve of balls. I forget even what the price was anymore, but I remember looking at the guy like,
yeah, that's when you put those back and go, where are the cheap?
I was like, dude, I was already late. I grabbed the wrong glove because my bag got soaked from the week before. So I threw all my glove. I had my normal glove and I had a spare glove. They were soaked and still crunched up into a ball after they dried. So I got a glove, which was the right hand. I needed a left hand glove. Got the wrong dude. It was a fucking shit show. And I literally leave there and I swear to God, the guy was probably shaking his head like literally this is his first time golfing.
Dude, I'm still playing with the same used golf balls that were in my wagon at your wedding.
You mean the ones you were fucking chucking at me going down the road?
Allegedly. And you
no,
didn't die, did you?
Wasn't me. I had nothing to do with that.
Mm-hmm.
That was all over Miller. I was driving.
And it wasn't my idea. So you can't even say that.
Yeah, I heard it was your idea.
It was not my idea.
Whatever. I just remember you guys getting out of fucking Rutgers. Tyson falls out the fucking 20 fucking golf balls go rolling down through fucking Rutgers parking lot.
That's where it started. That's where the whole thing started. It had nothing to do with me. I wasn't even in the car when that shit was happening.
I missed that wagon.
I don't know how it made it out of that weekend the way you flew down fucking Goose's parents' driveway in that thing. I don't know how windows didn't bust out of that goddamn thing.
Dude,
well, you know, that car did end up folding in half. It was so rotten.
Rocker.
I remember when Sisson came down that driveway in his Cavalier.
Cavalier, yeah.
Dude, I'll never forget the way
About
that those
35 miles an hour.
I'll never forget the way those headlights looked coming through those trees, like coming down. I'm like, I don't know what that is. Somebody's gonna die. Like that.
It looked like he was rolling it down the hills.
I don't know how he didn't have how he had an oil pan left or any oil left in the car.
Dude, there's people that
have throw his big fucking head through the ceiling.
There's people that have come down that driveway and have put holes in their oil pans and have knocked out drive shafts and all kinds of shit. I'm like, I don't know how. And it's Sisson, so naturally the car back then the car was gonna sit like 2 inches lower automatically just from him getting in it. So. And it was a Cavalier. I think it was like a 2-door Cavalier at that.
Yeah, wasn't it green?
Yeah. Dude, I'll never forget when he got his driver's license. Speaking of Sisson, I thought about this the other day because I saw a Ford Ranger. And he shows up at my house one day in his dad's red pickup truck. It was like a little like Ford Ranger type of thing. I don't know if you guys remember that truck that he had.
I don't remember the Ford.
I remember his gay ass purple fucking Eclipse he had.
Dude, he shows up in this truck, and you remember the big church parking lot that was like right next to the house. He shows up and he's like, "Dude, there's no cars in the parking lot." I was like, "Yeah, you're not allowed to park in the parking lot anymore." He's like, "Yeah."
Oh yeah, because didn't Lauren get towed from there?
Oh yeah, a bunch of people ended up they'd show up at the house for parties and then a fucking car would end up getting towed. And for the longest time, I never knew why you couldn't park there. Because I'm like, dude, we live on this street. Why can't we park in a fucking parking lot? Anyway, we go out there, dude. We rip donuts for like fucking 20 minutes.
Donuts
in his dad's red fucking pickup truck. And no sooner we leave, we like park like I forget. We parked like in front of the house or like down the street or something like that. And we were like just kind of sitting there. And after a while, these cops just start fucking circling this parking lot looking for something. I'm like, about the same. You remember the same kind of tactic we used, Matt, when we happened to visit a certain high school back in our high school days, and we were looking to escape the madness. Yeah, it was the same kind of. We're literally sitting there, and cops are just rolling by.
Oh, that when you guys fucked up Dallastown?
Hey, whoa! The fuck are you talking about? What?
There's a Dallastown in California. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure the statute of limitations has been met, so I think we're all right.
Yeah. Yeah. It would have been a minor slap on the wrist. I knew the judge.
We didn't really mess anything up that bad.
You allegedly go over the highlights of that story for people that don't know.
The photos of the flamingo at their graduation had to be the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Dude, they had RL07 on their scoreboard at their graduation.
Oh yeah, that was the best. I forget how we got up there, but I remember
I was standing on Sisson's shoulders.
That's right. Like to be able to just go up and down those bleachers and just knock all the windows, just tag them with RL07. That was good.
They still have. Well, some of the their thing was we went all over Redline and put DT07 and spray paint on your road signs. Ooh.
Yeah, we also chalked the entire side of our building, and then it rained, so it looked like fucking rained on chalk the next day. Like we didn't read what it was. It's like, come on, guys.
We even got the driver's ed car.
Oh, dude, so good that night. And I remember I left the keys to the Trans Am. Like I hid them in that one like compartment inside of the like Trans Am, because I was like, if we do ever get caught, my plan was I was like, we didn't drive here. We're just kids from the neighborhood. We were just gonna fucking run, right? Like we weren't ever gonna be associated with that vehicle because it was the only vehicle like that in town. So it was like, the last thing I need is for them to be like, okay,
yeah,
there's that kid again.
Why you drove? I'm not sure. In the most suspicious fucking car there is. But we can't find this one.
we were going Miami Vice that night, just fucking killing it. Dude,
we're looking for a blonde, white male in his teens, in a T-top Firebird with White Snake blasting on the radio, and a blow-up doll in the rear seat.
Got him, dude. I'll never forget that.
Screaming Billy Ray Cyrus.
Literally sitting.
We're in the middle of the football field at the fucking on the bleachers, and I'm like, "Are those fucking cop lights?" And Cody goes, "Ah, fuck! We just take off across the fucking football field. I mean, dead fucking sprint.
The fastest Nike Shocks has ever been.
Jump the fucking fence."
Those Nike Shocks were smoking, buddy. By the time we got across that field, all of the janitors were standing outside, and they were literally pointing at us as we ran. And I'm like, dude, we're so fucked. And how Sisson, I think Sisson jumped that fence better than the both of us combined. I don't
even think he touched it.
Dude, I've never seen somebody hop a fence like that. Somebody that size hop a fence. That dude just sprang like a fucking fish out of water over that damn thing. And we just get in that car, and I just remember sitting there, and thank God we couldn't find the keys because all the cops just drove past us. Like
we were smart enough to park in the development and walk to the school.
Yeah, but I mean, there was cops like literally driving like past us, and I'm like, dude, imagine if we were out right now in this car, and cops are just flying past us, like, and we're 3 teenage kids. Like, who do you think they're gonna, stop and question if like anything? Like, nope, they all just drove past us, even though we're in the car. Somebody was watching out for us that night.
Yeah, it wasn't me. I was actually out feeding the homeless and handing pamphlets out, the Lord's pamphlets out at old folks' home and getting people saved. So I didn't have any part of that.
Your nose is growing and you're going straight to hell.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
I don't know.
Hopping fences. I saw you hop a fence backwards one time on your first cow tipping adventure.
That old bag was bigger than she looked. Okay, those fuckers are mean when you wake them up.
Yeah, and ain't nobody tipping a goddamn cow. They're too heavy.
Dude, no doubt, dude.
Everybody tries. You ever seen Tommy Boy?
We tried.
Tommy Boy Chris Farley probably could have knocked one over.
He didn't.
He was thicker than a Snicker.
Was that the same night that Jason power drive that car?
Allegedly.
That was the same night?
Yeah, he I don't even know how to describe it. He ran and jumped and curled up into a cannonball and just dead dropped on the hood of this Toyota Supra down the street.
I remember the house was having this party, and we're just sitting in the woods watching Jason do this. And I remember like the guy's mom, and I forget what the hell their names were or even which house it was anymore. I remember the guy's mom was like, Tim, there's somebody on your car. It's like we're all just losing our shit. You and I were probably drunker and shit. Jason didn't drink, so that was pretty easy. But like
Jason unfolded like a fucking starfish. He was like,
dude, that was that night was so fun.
That night was so much fun, man.
We sat on 74 and like paintballed all those trucks.
Allegedly.
That stop sign.
Oh, dude, we were all over River Hills that night.
Yeah,
Courtney's house, was that the night that we put all those signs in like Courtney's house?
Yeah, because you remember we carried this fucking stop sign all the way down to her house, and we stuck it in her like driveway, but the driveway was like paved, so we stuck it on the edge of the driveway, and we turned around and started walking, and that bitch fell over and hit the concrete. Bam! Dude, at 3 o'clock in the morning in the pitch black, it sounded like a shotgun blast. We all levitated and hovered out of that fucking property in like a blink of an eye.
Oh, dude. Good times. God, so much fun.
Yeah.
If you didn't, if you didn't grow up in the country doing dumb shit like that, you definitely missed out on a whole different life.
Yeah.
There's a whole different world of just dumb shit like that.
Well, I think everybody does dumb shit though.
You're always doing dumb shit. It just depends on where you're doing it.
Yeah.
Tony told me this story when he grew up in Annapolis, I think it was, that they used to take M80s and put them in a cigarette butt.
No. You could not M80s. You could do it with, and then like people would go to light the cigarette.
No, he would light the cigarette. How did he say he did that?
It'd be a firecracker because we used to do it. You put it in the end of a fucking cigarette, and somebody go to light their fucking cigarette.
No, it wasn't that.
That's funny.
It wasn't M80, but they would go to drive-ins.
M80 would blow a handle.
And he'd stick them in the speaker, or stick them right next to the speaker. So as they're ordering food, when that motherfucker went off, he said, people like whoever had the headset on, that fucking thing would go off and just, bam!
Terrible.
There's probably some real nice deaf guy walking around right now because of him.
Yeah. There's a whole flock of them.
Oh, dude, we could seriously probably have an entire episode of just all the dumb shit we did as kids.
Yes. Yep. Yes.
Matt and I have a real good story about drinking and
can't speak about half of them. One, we got more than one.
Speak about all of them.
That was a good one.
What was a good one? You didn't say nothing.
Yeah, we're gonna leave that one in the. We'll leave that for a later time.
Yeah.
What do you mean, like in 2 minutes?
Tune in to Uncle Randy's Roadhouse on the next episode and learn how Matt cleans up vomit
next year. Oh, that one's not bad. There's some worse ones.
Is that the one you threw up in your house, your mom's carpet or something?
Yeah. You said there was worse ones?
Yeah, the campsite.
Yeah, the campsite.
That was
campsite. So was like one of those things where, like, as a youngster, I would show up drunk, stay drunk, leave drunk, kind of forget I was there, and then go about my life.
Yeah. That happened to a lot of people down there.
Don't forget the Old Country Buffet trips in the morning.
Remember the Old Country Buffet parking lots after we'd get out of like the theater, back when like you could actually go to like a movie theater and it was nice and safe, and we would pass down 30. You remember the time we raced that car in your dad's Bonneville on 30?
Oh my gosh, what a fucking shit show!
That car, we have a whole episode just on stories about the damn Bonneville.
I was gonna say, just that car alone, that thing is, and it went out the best possible way it could have gone out.
Caught on fire?
Close. I put it in a demolition rally.
Oh yeah, that's better.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Got hit once and said nope.
No, that thing I hit a 90-foot tabletop at 50 mile an hour, and I overshot the jump.
You put it in a tough truck, that's not demolition
No,
derby.
see, this is the funny part, right?
You
My
took
buddy-
it to the buck.
No, it's way more white trash than that.
How do you get more white trash than the buck?
If you shut the fuck up, man, maybe I'll explain it to you and you learn something.
All right, I'm listening.
So my buddy Kirk has this land, right? And there's a big.
I've been there.
Yeah, well, you know what I'm fucking talking about then.
Yeah.
All right.
Does
So
anyone know?
on top of the hill is all flat where they grow the corn. And then there's an old four-wheeler trail down through the woods and up the other side. And then we made a big fucking circle out of it. Well, we took his bulldozer and made a big, it was like 50, 60 foot maybe tabletop, about maybe 5 foot high, nothing crazy. And we all went out and bought $500 cars. We had the Neon, your 95 Neon was there, the Bonneville was there. Curry bought 93 Thunderbird, I think it was. I think Kirk had a Escort. Brandon had an Escort wagon, and somebody else had something. I forget what it was. It might have been another Escort wagon. And what you do is you just drive like a circle track down through the woods, up the other side, but you had to go over the tabletop. And I hit the tabletop. Actually, I was in the Neon when I did my first run. I hit that tabletop, dumped it in second gear, and hammered that bitch, and boom! Well, it's so ass light that the car just does this. I hit the ground facing this way, which I immediately found out that car has airbags, and rolled that bitch down the woods. Blew all the windows out.
You wonder why you had to have your neck fused together.
That's another story. That's another crash. That's a whole different car.
I feel like they all had a part in it.
You know what had a part in? Every one of these crash stories had a part of.
Over time, it's done damage.
Curry found out, so he saw me do that, and he's like, "Oh, well, it's because the weight distribution is not right." So he put a bunch of field stones in the back of that Thunderbird, and he was doing the tabletop, and he was laying in and then coming down the other side. And I was like, "Man, that's fucking genius. Why didn't I think of that?" Well,
Curry's way smarter than the rest of us.
Hold on now, because he come around that last corner hammering that Thunderbird. And when he came down and hit the tabletop, dude, he blew the fucking shocks out of that thing. The trunk came open, blew the fucking windows out. Fucking rocks were going everywhere. Good times.
Oh, man.
And you could hit, you could push, you could shove. That's why it was like a demolition rally. Cheating, pushing, shoving are encouraged.
Man, you can't find a $500 beater anymore these days. You can't even go to the junkyard and get a fucking $500 beater.
No, you can't. I mean, you try to find $1,000 car right now that runs.
I bet you that somebody's dad on this podcast can hook us up with a $500 car.
I would 1,000% be in for another demolition rally.
Listen, hear me out. I got a guy at work right now selling an S10.
What?
I got a guy at work selling an S10. He's like, it probably won't pass inspection, and he might be willing to sell it for $500. We just talked about it today.
No way. Like a square body S10?
No, it's like a 90. No, I lied.
Oh.
It might be. It's 25 years old, so it's like a 2000. 99, 2000.
It's the teardrop body style.
Yeah, it's like that shitty gold.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. It's
but
the third.
$500.
I mean, Nelson, you have two S10s at your dad's house we could use.
That thing's rusted to the fucking hilt.
I'm down to the Sonoma GT, and that's the only thing I have over there now. My high school truck.
20 years.
It's Warren's boat.
20 years.
Yeah, Warren's boat is still sitting there.
My God.
My dad got a junkyard motor for it, and he swears he's going to put it together.
Well, he ain't going to use it for a while.
Shit.
It's
that thing can't be
talking
good.
about my dad for a second, and you weren't.
That thing can't be worse.
Oh, damn. That's funny.
Oh my god! Is that the same boat that he took off the trailer and jacked it up
It
just so he could
still
use the trailer?
hurts a little. What?
Is that the same boat that he took the boat off the trailer and jacked up the boat on blocks so he could use the trailer?
No, that was me, and that was the chicken boat.
Never mind.
Nelson, hear me out. If I can get this S10 for cheap,
Yeah.
what says we go halvesies and take it to the buck and do the fucking 2-wheel drive?
You want to do the tough truck?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. 100% in.
All right, but we got to flip a coin before we get you drive it first because it's going to be destroyed on the first run.
I was gonna say you're probably the only one that's allowed to drive it because I can't do anything violent with my neck.
Oh, perfect. I've already done it with my remember that GMC, that black GMC Jimmy I
Yeah,
had?
you never gave me my fucking seatbelt back.
Yeah, no, Micah has it probably.
That fucking thing is long gone.
It might still be at Brooks' parents' house.
Wow, okay. Well, I'm gonna need it back eventually.
Highly unlikely though.
What's he going?
Bye. Welcome.
Welcome back.
What happened?
Dude, that first run, that thing was fucking great for that. It was because I entered it into the 4-wheel drive tough truck. But what they didn't know is I fucking welded the gears.
You welded the spider gears.
Oh yeah, in the rear. So it was full posi in the rear. So that bitch, unlike all the other 4-wheel drive trucks that couldn't make the figure 8, mine went and came around. And I was in the lead by a lot till them fucking Subaru brats showed up.
Oh man, those things are hard to beat.
Well, those guys had those things purpose built. They were They couldn't beat them. If they weren't in it, I had it.
Do you know what motor's in this S-Dime? Is it V6 or a 4-cylinder?
I think it's the 4.
I
I can't be sure. I'll ask tomorrow.
You can beat the piss out of those 4-cylinders, those 2.8s. You can't beat the piss out of them 4.3s. They blow up fast. I know. I grenaded 2 of them things. I grenaded the original motor in my Sonoma GT at about 105 miles an hour across Normanwood Bridge. Shot a rod through the oil pan.
That happens.
And I drove it home.
Yeah.
My dad was not happy.
That's like me and fucking Micah. You know Micah, tall Micah.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I worked with him at Apple Ford, and I was like, "Listen, we're gonna take Rob." I bought Robbie's black GMC Jimmy. It was square body.
Oh my God, you did work at Apple Ford.
Yeah,
I forgot all about that shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
I was like, Micah, hear me out. I'll buy it. We work on it together. We get it ready, and we'll both drive it. He's like, cool. So we get it down there at night. We use his like old man's trailer and shit. I make my pass. I mean, the whole gearbox. Park was drive, and it was fucking. I was like, dude, it was so out of whack. It was terrible. Made a great pass. Great pass. Thing floated, man. You hit the jumps, and it was like woo, because we had everything maxed out, shocks, everything. It was nice. Do
you have enough room to get out of first gear, or do you just stay in first gear?
I put it in second.
Oh, okay.
So I put it in second, just mashed it, gave it everything it had. And then we get back, I get done, pull it off. We're tinkering on to get ready for his run, and it starts downpouring. And he's like, what the shit? And they called it. It was hilarious. And that thing never saw the buck again.
What? No, I would 100% be in for that.
I just took it down to Brooks and used it as a farm beater. I used to mud the shit out of that thing down through the bottom. Go get wood in it. Take it around down. You remember where Brooks' house was? You could like drive it all around the property on the roads. Where I used to take the dirt bike, and then Barney Fife would fucking chase me. He could never catch me because he couldn't figure out that, oh, he's gonna jump off on one of these farm roads. I'm never gonna catch him.
Barney Fife.
That dude, I can't remember who was the sheriff in fucking Winterstown. He was like fucking 60-some years old. and he just would patrol, and he'd wait, and I knew where he sat. I would just take that fucking souped up fucking KX 125 I had. That thing ran like a raped ape. Dude, I had it 95 miles an hour. I had a clock going on the road with that thing.
Is the expression raped ape or is it raped date?
It depends if you're Bill Cosby or not.
Well, I don't think he was dating any of them.
Yeah, that's true. Either way. It works either way.
Are you on a date if the other one's sleeping?
Well, she is, but she don't know
Or
it.
is the date over? That's all I got.
Yeah, no, I think it's getting rapey now.
Yeah.
You guys kind of freaking me out.
Whatever.
Are you getting sleepy?
Shoot your shot, player.
Player.
Are you?
And if you don't succeed, try again.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Just
We
eat
don't-
this magical cookie I made you.
Just throwing this out there, we don't condone raping on Uncle's Randy's Roadhouse.
This is very true.
What's this wee shit?
Hey, I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, you're speaking for everybody
Fucking rude, dude.
as well as what you should be.
We'll have Cosby on here next week as a guest.
Oh my God. You know,
Oh,
are there like
Cosby? Did you see a Diddy's in jail?
Yeah, actually, that's funny you say that. I'm like, did I miss the headline where they picked his ass up?
I know, dude. 50 Cent's trolling the fuck out of him.
He has been since the get.
So funny.
I thought they got him a long time ago.
Now they're gonna call him the Diddler instead of Diddy.
The diddler. Oh,
He's
man.
got so much.
The Diddler.
Dude,
Yeah.
I said this like episodes ago. At what point do you have to piss somebody off bad enough for you to get to where somebody's gonna like blow the whistle on you? Because you know he's been doing this shit for years.
I already know.
So, like, fucking everybody. I mean, years from famous people to politicians, celebrities. It doesn't matter. Like, and then all of a sudden now he's like, shit on.
I already know what happened. He tried to suck Dan Bilzerian's dick at a party,
Whoa.
and he's like, you know what? I don't get down like that, and you're going to jail because I have more money than you. That was it.
Is that like fake news or is that what like really happened?
That's what I like to think happened.
Oh.
I like to think my Dan Bilzerian doesn't take any shit. Same.
We should turn this to Uncle Randy's news hour.
I like to think that my Dan Bilzerian rides a Clydesdale through a bunch of daisies bareback naked, and he's just surrounded by women. He just chooses them at random.
Damn,
And after he lays his seed, they die.
all he is a fucking gambler.
Yeah, I don't know, buddy.
Well, hold me closer, Tiny Dancer. Let's do this.
Don't know.
Oh, well, on that note.
I mean, a lot of weird shit's been happening. I mean, we did just end Burning Man, so that'd be something cool to go see.
Wait, say that. Run that back again.
Something about Bernie Sanders?
A lot of weird shit has been happening. We just ended Burning Man.
What do you mean ended Burning Man?
Who the fuck gives a shit about Burning Man?
Isn't Burning Man where they do like all the drugs in the desert and get all fucked up and it's all
What do you mean we ended it?
Weird fucking liberal.
it's only like 2 weeks. It's like a 2-week festival or whatever.
Oh, I thought you meant like we canceled it.
No,
I got no
huge
interest in that bullshit.
I think it'd be fun.
My dad's been doing Burning Man for 48 years.
Your dad probably invented Burning Man.
Dude, you put what? No.
I think Matt's broken.
you're like a CD that got scratched.
You don't even, that's not the place for you, man.
It's like a CD that skipped.
What do you mean it's not for me?
They're doing stuff there that you don't take part in.
That's fine.
What? You're just
I'm sure there's people there that don't take part in everything either.
Nope. Nope. It's Burning Man. They're going there for that stuff.
Maybe I would show up there and do it. You don't know me.
I hope that they're doing the Lord's work, honestly.
Well, if that's taking acid and mushrooms and smoking the devil's lettuce, then yes, they are.
See, like we just had this conversation the
Bless
other day
their
with someone
hearts.
else, and I'm like, you know what? If this was like in like 60s, like 69 at Woodstock, when you were actually taking like, normal drugs that isn't mixed with like other shit that could like, permanently erode your fucking brain for like the rest of your life. I don't know. Anyway.
You don't think in the 60s there was a lot of fucking acid being passed around at Woodstock?
Yeah, but it was healthy acid.
Yeah, it was healthy acid. It was all natural.
I don't think that's ever been a real thing.
It was grass fed.
They wouldn't. Hey, you listen. Yeah, Hey, have you seen Oppenheimer?
Oop and Hoover?
Good movie.
Oop and Hooser?
5 stars.
They're not spraying acid in the 60s with GMO and pesticides. They're naturally making it occurring.
There's a
fossils and rocks.
There's a
You're
documentary.
just looking frogs. It's natural.
There is a
frog's ass. That's all they're doing.
There is a documentary on Netflix called "Change My Mind," and it's about like the acid and how it was all created and who did it. And, like, believe it or not, the government is who created the actual hippies, and it actually was an experiment done by like CIA or something like that. It actually backfired on them.
It's called MK Ultra, bud.
It literally backfired on them, and it created all the hippies. That's why they were so like against the war. Because they're all about peace and love and shit because of the damn drugs they were being fed.
It was MK Ultra, and actually Manson family was given all their drugs and stuff by the CIA.
You have to watch the documentary on the drummer from the Beach Boys, Dennis Wilson. It's like an hour long. But
Beach Boys had a drummer?
The Beach Boys had a drummer, Dennis Wilson, yeah. And he was directly tied to Manson at one point. Manson stayed in his house. It was when Manson came to California to write music. Shockingly enough, one of the songs that was played by the Beach Boys
was wrote by Manson.
A part of the song was actually written by Manson.
Oh yeah.
By the way, we previously fact checked everything here, and everything you hear on Uncle Randy's Roadhouse is 100% accurate.
Oh no, this is true.
Sometimes it is true. It's very true.
Did you know Jim Morrison and the Doors were also, because Jim Morrison's dad worked for the CIA. They were a part of MK Ultra.
I believe that. I think it was in Elton John's book that he said he's never met anybody in his entire life who has done more drugs than Van Morrison. He's like, that guy has
not
done.
Van Morrison, Jim Morrison.
Jim Morrison, I'm sorry.
Van Morrison, different band.
Jim Morrison, I'm sorry. And I was like, dude, that shit is wild. If you like think about it. Yeah, that's actually a really good book. If you guys don't, if you read, but
yeah, audiobook. I'll do that.
Yeah, listen to it while I drive.
Did you know that if you take a goose's neck and deep fry it, they call that a long duck dong?
Did you know that from that movie, Long Duck Dong, and that tall ass blonde chick are actually together in real life, and they have been like since the movie?
Get out of here!
Look it up. I just saw it the other day. They have it's like 40 some years married or some crazy shit or however long it's been.
All right, I'm gonna have to put that in my ass cheeks.
Yeah, listen. Just because
you're gonna put that in your ass cheeks
doesn't mean it's true.
I don't realize now it sounded like I said ass cheeks.
Did you say you're putting that in your ass cheeks?
It's a new server. I'm trying to.
You're gonna put long duck dong.
You put long duck dong in your ass cheeks?
Hey, $20 is $20, man.
$30. It's still Biden's economy, even though he dropped out.
Gas is going down, but
yeah, because the election's right around the fucking corner. It always does that.
A heartbreak seems to be increasing. So.
Oh wait, I'm looking it up. Hold on.
Yeah, you bing it.
Was born in.
Yeah, fucking put that in your ass cheeks and smoke it.
They were together. Are they still together or not together? They were together. They were together after that movie. I don't know if they're still together or not. I think they are or were or is. Ain't not. No.
What kind of English is that?
You heard me.
Hey, hey, You all right?
Good job.
You listen when I'm shouting at you.
Yeah. Somebody
You check them
outside
out.
of Uncle Ray's got Google it. Tell us, are they still together or not? There's some homework from people for
Not
Yeah.
a chance.
Listen to me when I'm talking at you.
Yeah. It's Long Duck Dong still with what's her nuts.
Yeah, you shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
What's her nuts? Yeah. You close your eyes when you're looking at me.
Yeah.
You put your dick away while you're trying to fuck me.
Jesus.
Whoa.
What? I thought
Come on,
I'm
man.
not trying to ask you about your experience in the Catholic Church. Okay?
Doesn't work.
Keep that shit to yourself.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Whatever. I get it.
Keep it somewhat PG, bro.
Jeez Louise. God.
Hey, that's what Biden says all the time about his pink.
Man, that's all we have to
Never
get.
was. I'm just saying.
We're gonna end on non-consensual sex. Wait, what?
So rape.
No.
Isn't that how this story? Isn't that how this entire episode started?
No, I didn't say that.
See how it comes full circle, and it's not the only thing coming in that story.
Disgusting.
And we're out.
All right, seems like a good stopping point there, boys.
Oh man, yeah, that was fun. That was a good hour and 14.
Okay. Yeah. So let's do this again next week.
I have a mess to clean up.
I'm about empty, so I got to go upstairs and go to bed.
I've been empty. All right.
Well, I'm about to go empty my bowels.
That's disgusting. I'm gonna go beat my wife / producer.
Funny, my wife is located on my cock. What?
I'm fucking leaving.
Gross.
I'm out.
Yeah.
See you, boys.
See you, fellas.
Love you.
Love you.
Like a long time.
Retards.
Come on, man.
Uncle Randy, I don't see anybody putting up money for this fucking chair service.
Have you seen the microwave?
Well, turn around and sit on it like you're supposed to.